Yeah, I think we can start the session. Meanwhile, if anyone wants to join, Abhishek, please let them in so that they can join the session. So the topic for today's session is DP, dynamic programming. So let me share the whiteboard first. Uh, yeah, are you able to see the whiteboard?
Yes.
Just a second. Yeah, so everyone is able to see the whiteboard, right? Okay. So the topic for today is DP. That means dynamic. Sorry. Yeah. DP, that means dynamic programming. So before moving to this dynamic programming, I just want to know, any one of you are familiar with this dynamic programming? Okay, I have one comment. Session 4, programming beginners.
Yes.
Yeah.
Little bit.
So, yeah, are you saying something?
I was saying little bit. I have some familiarity.
Oh, okay. Someone is asking, this session are for programming beginners. These are the free session for DSA class. So from we can say beginner to intermediate level. So where we will cover some topics on every class we cover one topic and then solve 2 or 3 problem on the medium level problems on that topic. So yeah, you can not for beginners, but yeah, I will try to cover the basic concept, then we'll move to solve some DSA problem, because the main objective of this session is to solve 1 or 2 DSA medium level problems. So yeah, I will cover the concept in the first 5 to 10 minutes. Then most of the time we will spend for solving the problems. So when I talk about DP, so we should also understand the recursion. So if you don't have any knowledge of recursion, then it would be it would be difficult to understand DP. But if you are good with recursions, then it will be quite easy. So we will okay. So when we use this dynamic programming, so whenever we are solving some problem and that problem is taking a very high complexity. Yeah. Ateneo are okay. No one is speaking. Okay, fine. So okay. Fine. Yeah. So whenever we are solving a problem and that is taking exponential time complexity, then we can reduce that time complexity through the DP. And when we can apply that DP, so dynamic programming is a method, or we can say an approach through which we can reduce the time complexity, but we cannot apply dynamic programming in every problem. So there are some problems which can be solved through dynamic programming to reduce the complexity. So most of the problem would be in exponential time complexity, on which we can apply this dynamic programming. So how we can understand that, okay, we can solve this program through dynamic programming or not? Then we should see some pattern. If we are getting that pattern, then we can think about the dynamic programming. So for solving particular problem, we have n numbers of approaches or n numbers of ways. Like we have greedy algorithms, we have divide and conquer algorithms, we have dynamic programming algorithms, and so on. So if we are having any any problem which can be solved through greedy approach, we should go for that, because the greedy approach is the we can say the better approach. But some problem cannot be solved through greedy approach, or they are having a the exponential complexity. So we can find that pattern, and if we find that pattern, then we can apply the dynamic programming. So dynamic programming is a way where we are reusing some particular things. So for example, if I give you an expression like this, 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 7 plus 8 plus 2 plus 2 plus 7 plus 2 plus 2. Here we can see this 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2 comes 3 times, right? So if we are solving this expression, so I am going through a very simple example so that you can understand. So let's say this operation is taking, let's say, 1 second. Okay, you can assume that this 2 plus 2 is a complex operation. Okay, so it is taking 1 second. So here also I have to spend 1 second, and here also I have to spend 1 second, and it may be repeated multiple times. Similarly, this 3 plus 7, maybe here we can have 3 plus 7, so it is also repeating, right? So this is also repeating. So when we are calculating this first time, we have to spend this 1 second, but when we are seeing this second time, we should not spend like time for calculating this. What we can do, we can use the same result here, right? Similarly, we can use this result here. So DP is similar to that. If we are performing some operation and we can use that result for the next iteration, we can use DP. So here we are not saying that we can use DP, but this is the example, like how we can find the pattern. Here we are not getting any pattern actually. Like we cannot say that where I will get this 2 plus 2. Because every time I have to check, we are not getting some pattern. But if we are getting some pattern where we can use pre-calculated value, so we not we don't need to calculate it again and again. For example, if we are talking about this factorial, right? So let's say for 5 factorial, the result is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, like that. So if I talk about that, okay, I want to calculate the factorial of 1 to 10, every digit, right? So let me scroll. You can scroll up a little bit the whiteboard. So for 1 factorial, I can simply say 1. For 2 factorial, I can simply say 2 into 1. For 3 factorial, I can simply say 3 into 2 into 1. For 4 factorial, I can say 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. And for 5 factorial, we can simply say 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. And for 6 factorial, I should say 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, right? And for 7, 7 into 6 into 5 dot 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 1. For 8, from 8 into 7 into 6 till 1. For 9, 9 into 8 into dot 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 1. Similarly for 10, 10 into 9 dot 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 1. Now if I want to find the factorial from 1 to 10, the first way, I can find the factorial of 1, then factorial of 2, then 3 and 4. So I can perform these operations and I can get that. But here you can see, for finding this factorial of 2, I am reusing this 1. Similarly, for finding this factorial of 3, I am using this factorial of 2, right? For this factorial 4, I am reusing this calculation from this, like 3 into 2 into 1. So I can replace this with 3 factorial. So I can simply multiply 4 with the previous result, right? Similarly, for 10, I don't need to write this 10 into 9 into and so on. If I already calculated this factorial of 9, what I can do, I can multiply this 10 in the result of this 9 factorial. And I can directly get the answer. So here, whenever we are using the pre-calculated value for the next iteration, we can say that this is the DP. So the another example for DP is Fibonacci series, where we have this series is like this: 0, 1, 1, then 2, 3, 5, 8, and then 30. Then we have 21, I believe. Yeah. Then we have 34 and so on. Dot, dot, dot. So now if I want to generate this Fibonacci series, so what I can do, I can okay, so now the intention of DP is clear to everyone, where we should use this DP, dynamic programming. Any doubt clear? Anyone? This class every weekend. Yeah, this class is for every Saturday. Thanks, that will helpful. Okay. As it is there. Okay. Actually, this is not a first class. So, every Saturday we cover one topic. So, we are in between. I cover all the data structure like stack, queue, hash map, array, string. These topics are already covered. And to after covering those session, today I am covering this DP. But don't worry. Like if you have any doubt, at any point of time you can ask. Share recording. Yeah, you can find that recording. So let me show you. Okay, at the end of this session I will tell you how you can find the recording of previous sessions. Okay, so I'll tell you about that as well. Okay, till now I don't think that you have any issue with DP, because I haven't solved any problem. I just tell you where we can use this DP, right? So that is the first problem where we are going to use solve this problem through DP, right? Okay, great. So here, what we can do for generating any number, what we can do for for generating this 34 in Fibonacci series, we cannot generate this 34 directly. How we can generate? We can generate it through its previous two numbers. So the Fibonacci series is for finding any number. What we can do? We can add previous two member of this series or two element of this series, and we can get the next number. For example, initially we should know. So here we cannot find this through DP, right? We cannot find this through DP because we don't have anything before that. So we have this is the initial condition. So we should understand uh, if we are solving the problem through recursion or through DP. So DP also use recursion, but we will go with the tabulation method. But this apply for both. If we are going through recursion or DP, we should initialize the starting point. So for example, here we can calculate any number with previous two number, but these first two number cannot be calculated. So we should understand how we are going to initialize these two numbers. So in different problem, we need to think that how we can initialize the initial values, so that we can apply the DP through these values. So sometime let's say we want to start from the first element, so we can initialize the initial value with 0 or with 1. It depends on the situation. So when we solve the problem, I'll tell you how we can initialize these numbers. For this Fibonacci series, we know that the first we should remember this, that the first two number is 0 and 1. Or eventually when someone is asking, or you are solving this problem, they already told you that the first two number are 0 and 1. So you should understand that you can only calculate the third one. So if you have these two numbers, so what you can do, you can define two variable, a equals to this and b equals to this. Okay, now for this, what you can do, you can add a plus b, so the value would be 1. Now you can shift this, a become this and b become this. Now you have to find this, so again add a plus b, so you will get 2. Now this become a and this become b. Now you want to find this next element, so now again what you can do, a plus b, that means 3. Now this become a and this become b. So there are two ways. First is you can define that those variables which are required to find another iteration or another element. Like here we need only two of values, but sometime let's say we want the whole series, or when we want to get any data, so then the better way is to store the whole array, right? So here what we can do, we can store the whole array, and every time for at any point what we can do, we can add its previous two. So if I told you the formula, so the formula would be let's say if I'm storing in a DP array, so DP of I would be DP of I minus 1 plus DP of I minus 2, right? That would be the formula for finding this series. So now we have two values, like two condition. First one, we should know what would be the initial stage. So here in this case we need two values, and then what should be the formula for calculating other value with the help of these previous values, right? So that is the formula. Now we should run this loop from 2 to n. We should not start from 0. That should be there. Like we can initialize these two values, then we can run this loop from 2 to n, and we can fill up this data, and at the end we should return the desired result. So sometime we want that 10th element, right? 10th element of this array, or what should I say, 10th element of this series. So we can create a series till 10th or till 12th, or whatever we want, and we can return this 10th one. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, this would be the result. We should return that result, right? So this is the very basic or simple question on DP, right? So now let's move to the advanced question, and I want you to just tell me what should be the initial condition and what should be the formula for this question, right? Now the question is like this. Question is, you have these stairs, right? You have these stairs like this, and you want to like climb these stair, and want to go on let's say nth stair or on the top, right? Now each stair has particular cost. So if you pay the cost, either you can jump one stair or two stair, right? That is the okay. I think that would be quite difficult for you for now. So let's keep it on hold. Let's take another example that would be more easier than you. There are n houses. Okay, there are n houses like this. Okay, let's say we can say 1 2 3 4, let's say 5. Okay, there are n 5 houses, and there is a robber, or we can say a thief, robber, who want to steal the money from these house, and these like these house have some value. So let's say it has $10, right? $10. It had $20. It has $5. It has, let's say, $100. It has, let's say, let's say $20. So this robber want to collect maximum money from these houses, but the condition is he cannot rob from these two adjacent house. So if he is robbing stealing money from here, he cannot steal money from here. He have to he can steal from here, from here, from here. But if, or let's say if he is stealing money from here, he cannot steal money from here as well as from here, right? Now let's say just think that you are the robber and you want to steal the money. You know that which house has how much money. Now you just want to collect the maximum money. How you can steal the money from these houses? Just forget about the DP. Just think that how you can steal money so that you will get a maximum money without robbing two adjacent houses. Anyone? Or if you are if you didn't understand the question, then please let me know so that I can explain it a little bit more. Just forget about the programming, just forget about the DP. Just think that if you are in the same condition, what you will choose. This is a very simple example. Like here, what I can do, I can steal from this house and this house. So the total amount would be 120. That would be the maximum, because I cannot skip this one, right? So if I am choosing this one, so I cannot steal from this house and this house. So I have to pick either this or this. So I can take a maximum one. This, that means this 20. Now let's take one more house so that it would be good for you, because I already explained the answer for this. So let's say this has let's say $50 or let's say $5, and let's say one more house with, let's say, $90, right? Okay. Now just let me know how we can solve this problem. Okay, so the scenario is like you are the robber and you want to steal the money from these houses, but the condition is you cannot steal money from the adjacent one. So let's say if you are stealing money from any of the houses, you cannot steal money from this the like left side and right side houses. Adjacent houses. Why? Because like let's say if they have a systematic some system. If you are like, let's say they have some lock. If you are breaking the lock for this house, the alarm this these two house will get the alarm that okay, someone is someone is coming in the street and want to steal money. So they are like they get aware of that and they like hide their monies. So you cannot steal money from these two houses. Okay. Or for example, if you are going in this house, you cannot steal money from this and this, right? So you cannot steal money from the adjacent two houses. That is the condition. So you can either go like this. You can steal from this, from this, from this, from this, right? That means alternate one, or you can skip more than one. Like here we are skipping one, but at the end of the like day, or at the end of this operation, you should have maximum money in your pocket, right? So for example, if you are going alternate way, right, you are stealing from here, then from here, then from here, then from here. So you can see this 90 20 plus this okay, 5 plus 10 plus 90, right? And this 20. So the total amount would be 10 plus 5 15, 15 plus 20 35, 125, right? But if you are stealing from these two, only this from this, so you will get 190. And if you steal from like this from this and let's say this, then you will get 190 to 210, right? So you have these all scenario, but you should get the maximum money. How you can like steal this money from these houses? Still you have any doubt in the question? So let me okay, climbing, just a second. Okay, so this is the okay, just a second. If you want more about like now it is clear, or you need more explanation? Four array, okay, four array of the houses, some odd houses and some even houses. If some, okay, so that won't be a like that won't be a good solution. Like you, what you are saying, that what we can do, we can go with the this odd one. So like odd one is this this and this, right? So the answer would be 10 plus 5 plus 20 plus 90. That would be 120. And if you are going for even like this and this, like it would be 20 plus 100, 120 plus 5. So 100, 125. So both are same. So but both are the wrong answer, because we have the 201 the value, right? So what we can do, we can select this one, then this one, and skip this one, and we can go for this one, right? So this approach will not work. Whatever you have explained through this even or odd position. Okay, so we can kill. You can unmute yourself and you can like explain the answer if anyone wants. So we can calculate value of each house, that will be total sum minus previous and next amount. Okay, value of each house equals to total minus previous house value. Okay, okay. So yeah, Ravi, like you may be thinking in the right direction, but the solution is not sufficient. Your solution is not sufficient enough. But yeah, you are thinking in a right direction. So if we forget about the DP or every like any optimal approach, then the first way is we can find all the combinations. So there would be some combinations, and with all these combinations we need to find the maximum one, right? So we may get like 2 to the power n like operation, or we can say e to the power x kind of operation. So that time complexity is exponential. Like we should we have, let's say here we have 7 values, so we can have, let's say n number of possible ways. So we should find all the n number of possible ways, and we should find the total values, and from these total value we should find the maximum one. That would be a one solution, and that is the correct solution, but that is not a efficient solution, because if we have only 7, then we are having more than 3 or 4 combination. Like now consider we have millions of house, let's say you have 10k houses, then you can think that you will have lots of combinations, so you cannot calculate all these combinations, right? So just think about it, or what you can do, you can break the problem and then you can think, can you use the pre-calculated value for this or not? And the and I'll tell you, in DP, when you see the code, it will be quite easy and quite small code. You will solve any complex problem within 10 line of code or 20 lines of code. But the concept would be you should understand the concept first. Anyone? You can unmute yourself and like explain your approach. Okay. So okay. Just think like this. If you are here, okay. If you are here, if you have only one home, right? So just think that you have only single option, that you can steal from this house only, right? Right or wrong? So your possible answer would be this 10 only, right? Now just think about this. You have only 2 houses. So because you have only 2 houses, you cannot like steal money from both the houses. So either you can steal from this or from this, but you need maximum one. So you will select the maximum value. So here, till here, you have this value that, okay, this 20 is the maximum. Now just come here. So till now you have the maximum one. Just you need to think whether I can like steal money from here or not. You just need to think about that. So here, because we have picked this one, so we cannot steal from here. But if we are picking this one, so we can steal it from here. So here we have 2 possibilities. Either I can steal from here, so I will get 20, or I can steal from this and this. So I will get this 10 plus 5, that means 15. So here I have the maximum value is 20. So till here I have 20. Similarly, now come here. I just need to remember, if I have like till here we have maximum value as 20, but the 20 is coming from here only, right? That means we can steal from here, and here we have this the value is 15. So the maximum is 20. So we will pick 20, and then we can steal from here. Now the maximum value is either 120 or 15. So maximum would be 120, right? So still here we have 120. Now we come here. We know that this 120 is coming from here, and from here we are getting 15, right? From here we are getting this 15, and from here we are getting 120. So if we want to steal from here, we should pick this value, because if we are picking this value, we cannot steal from this house, right? So if we are still picking this one, so it will be 20 plus 15, so it will be 35. But if we are not picking up this, so we already have 120, so that is the greatest value, so we will pick 120, right? So till here we know that, okay, the 120 is the maximum value. Now come here. Now here again, we either go from here, like if we are taking this, we cannot take this, but if we are taking this, we can take this. So we have again two options. This, that means 120 plus 5, and this 20. What would be the maximum? This 125 would be the maximum. 120 plus 5. We can select 125 till here. Now again come here. Now we have this that what should be the value. So here again we can have that, okay, till here we have 120 from here, and we can select this 90 from here. So we can check the maximum one. So if I want to okay, did you get the answer or not? Every time what we are doing, we are taking the previous one, and then we are like calculating for current value. That means we are storing the previous two values, or we can say we are storing all these record in the array. So let me show you the code so that you can understand better, right? So let me write the code here itself. Then we will go for the this online compiler, and we will compile that code and run that code, right? So here, let me write the code so that you can understand. When you understand the like see the code, you will see that, okay, the code is quite simple, and you will also understand that what is the these initial condition and how we can find the formula, right? So here, so we have an array, right? We have an array. So let me write the function itself. So we want to find the max. So we can say find max, because find max. And what we have this n, right? And we have this array. Okay, array, that means the money of each houses. Now what we need to do as DP, if we have only single house, then we have only single option. So what we can do, we can say we can initialize a DP of size n. So we can say int DP equals to new int or size, we can say size equal to n. Now DP of 0, what would be the DP of 0? DP of 0 would be ARR of 0, because if we have only single house, anyway we have to steal from that house, right? Because we don't have any other option. So the maximum money would be the money like which we are going to steal from that house, right? That would be a DP of 0. Now DP of 1, what would be the DP of 1? Why we are using this DP? Because we are solving the problem through DP. That's why I'm naming it DP. You can name it anything, right? Now here, what would be the DP of 1? And before that, we should also put the condition if n is greater than 1, we can simply return array of 0, because let's say if n we can, okay, so let me write this condition. If n is less than 1 or less than equals to 1, we should return ARR of 0, because we have only single house, then we don't need to worry about anything, right? Now what we need to do, if we have two houses, that means 0 and 1, so now we have the option. So we need to put find the maximum. So math.max max of ARR of 0 and ARR of 1, the maximum of both the house, if we have two houses. So these is the, because for everything we need two values, right? So these are the initialization of these two values. Before this, we cannot start our DP program, right? So these things you need to think. That is your responsibility to think about it. Now you don't need to worry about anything. You just need to think the formula, and you can put that formula, and everything will be done through the DP. So now we have a single loop. Let me scroll up a little bit, and we can run a simple loop for I equals to 2 to n. As I already told you that we have initialized 0 and 1, so we start from 2 to n, right? 2 to n, and then what we need to do, we need to update DP of I. DP of I would be like at every point of time, what we can do, we can either pick the previous one or we can ignore the previous one. So when we are picking up, or when we are stealing from previous one, we cannot steal from current one, right? So we have here at any point we have two values, so we can say math.max. If we are using dp of I minus 2, okay, that means if we are using dp of I minus 2, we can find arr of I. That means we are choosing I minus 2th place. That means we are not picking up previous one. So if we are not picking up previous one, that means we can take current one, right? So that would be a one possible way. And another is if we are picking up dp of I minus 1. If we are picking up the previous one, we cannot add this one. That's it. That is the code, right? And at the end of the day, we can simply return. Okay, after this loop is finished, we can return it. This dp of I minus 1. You can say dp of I minus 1. Oh, sorry, n minus 1. Right? So here you can see these are the two conditions, and this is the formula. Now the same problem can be solved through recursion. If you don't want to store in this what should I say, in this array, you can take two variables, dp1, dp2, and every time you have to update that, or you can use simple array and you can store everything. That is the tabular method where we are storing in a table, or we can say in an array. And if we can go with the recursion one, here we can call the same function with these two parameter and this parameter and find the maximum one. So we can go through the recursion one, but I prefer that you should go through this storing into a array and then using it. It would be easy, and it would be easy to explain to your interviewer as well. Okay, so here, anyone have any doubt till here? We just need to initialize this condition, and then at every point of time we need to choose from the previous calculated value. For example, if we are at 10th house, okay, so we are not checking from first, second, third, fourth house. We are only checking from 8th and 9th house, right? 8th and 9th house, right? So that's why we are using this dp. We don't need to think about all the combinations, because we are already taking the best solution at every point of time. So till 8th and 9th, we had two best solution. Till position 8 and till position 9, we have best solution till 8, best solution till 9. So when we are coming to 10, we can either come from 8 or come from 9. So both are the best solution. So now we have two, at every point we have two values. So we have to pick the best one. So like this will be a one value and this would be a second value. So we need to pick best one at this point of time. Any doubt? So let's run the same problem on a like compiler, right? This problem. So let me share my screen. Are you able to see my screen? Okay, one more question. After creating the array, I need to see the maximum value as well. Yeah, like what we are doing at every point of time. At every point of time, we are choosing the at every position we have two options, right? Either we can pick the previous one or we can leave the previous one. So the overall combination would be 2 to the power n eventually. But at every point of time, we are already selecting from the only two options. So every time we have to select from these two. If I show you whiteboard, where is the whiteboard? Okay, I can, if I am sharing the screen, I cannot use the whiteboard. Okay, fine, no issue. So here let's write that code, right? Yeah, so we are having integer ARR, and let's say we are defining the value directly. So can anyone let me know what was the value? That was the $10, and then we have 5, then we have 20, then we have, I think, 100, then we have 20, then we have 5, then we have 19. We can take anything, right? And now what we are doing, we are past finding return or sorry, system dot out dot println, and here we are printing the max value. Okay, printing max. Okay, find max. Whatever you want, you can name the function. Here I am passing array and the size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is the size, right? And let me create the function public static int, because we are returning int find max. So let me copy this find max. Here I am passing integer ARR and this integer n. Now let's start with this. If n is less than or equals to 1 or double equals to 1, then we are simply returning return ARR of 0. Sorry, 0. Now, after this, if we should write integer dp equals to dp of array equals to new int n. Okay. Now dp of I, not I, dp of 0. These are the starting condition. dp of 0 equals to array of 0, right? And dp of 1 equals to dp of, not dp of, math dot max. Okay, we need to import the library. So let me do here itself, right? If this d ARR of I, or let's say let me create the max one integer public, or what we can do, we can import the library itself so that we can read the math one. Import math, import java dot util dot static. Now I think it will import everything. So return array of 0, return math dot max. Here either array of 0, sorry, array of 0 or array of 1, right? Now for integer I equals to 2, I is less than n, I plus plus. Here we need to write the formula for dp. The formula is dp of I equals to d math dot max ARR of sorry, dp of I minus 2 plus ARR of I, or dp of I minus 1. Okay, that would be the formula for us. Any doubt till here? And then what we can do, we can return, okay, not here. We can return dp of last element, dp of n minus 1. Okay, so if I run this, let's see if I'm facing any compilation issue. Okay, illegal initialization for we should integer array. We can define array like this, right? Okay, now let's execute it. Yeah, here we are getting 200. The maximum one is 10 plus 100 plus this 90. So we will get 200, the maximum one. Any doubt till here? Okay, let me stop my screen and let me share my whiteboard so that we can solve the another problem. Whiteboard. Okay. And collaboration. Are you able to see the whiteboard? Okay, I think everyone is able to see the whiteboard. So any problem, like any question in this problem? Like if you are solving the DP problem first time, so it looks quite difficult for you. Like that concept would look quite difficult, but the program is quite simple, as I explained that the number of line are less than 15, right? So it seems that a little bit difficult to think how to solve these problems, but that will come through the practice only. Okay, so let's solve the second one problem. Now that would be a easier problem. Okay, so now let's say we have the stairs like this. Oh, sorry. Uh, and from here, let's say every stair has some cost. Okay, 1 2 1 5 7 1 2 3 2 1. Okay, and you are here. So at every step, if you are going to pay the amount, so either you can directly jump. Let's say if you are paying for here, let's say the amount is for this step is 5. Okay, so if you are paying the amount, or let's say 0, if you are paying this amount of 0, so either you can jump to this or you can jump to this, right? Now you want to move till here with the minimum number of minimum amount. You want to spend minimum amount and you want to reach to the top. So here again you have two possibilities, like either you can jump to here and you can jump here. So if you are jumping here, again you have to pay this one to go here or till here, right? But if you are here, then you have to pay 2, so you can go till here or you can go till here. Again, like what should be like every time you have two options, so the total time complexity would be 2 to the power n. That is the exponential time complexity. So again, what we can do, we can choose the best one. Like every point of time, we can choose the best one. So anyone want to explain what would be the initial condition and what would be the formula for this, so that we can apply the DP? You can unmute yourself and you can ask, or you can type your response in the chat box. Like it is similar to the previous one, but more easier, because at that time you have to keep the maximum one, but here you don't need to keep the maximum one. Every time you have two options, so you can pick from the previous one or next previous one. That means I-1 and I-2. Anyone? Okay, so like for arbitration, we need two options, right? So we have to define two values. Okay, so the first value would be array of this cost of 0, and the second value would be cost of one. So here we don't need to go with this minimum or maximum like kind of things. Here we can simply say cost of 0 and cost of 1, right? Okay, let me show you the like exact result, because okay, someone is saying okay. Sorry, I have another period scheduled meeting from 10. Could you please mention how to access the okay. I'll explain this later on. Let me share my screen so that you can see how can okay, just a second. Oh, my screen is visible, right? So here let me share the this link. Okay, let me share in the chat itself. Okay, what you can do, you will get all the recorded session here itself. For example, like if I talk about heap, so okay, uh, you will get the recorded session here. If one is not uploaded at, I don't know why, but definitely you will see in a day or two. Let's come to the graph. So yeah, here you will see this recorded lecture of graph. If you come to this binary search, so you will see this the recorded session for this. If you go for tree, you will see the recorded session for tree as well. So you will get all the session. Human will be available in a day or two, right? So you can see, and DP1 also you will see in a day or two. Okay, so you can check these recorded session. Apart from this, you can you can enroll for this, and you can complete your profile, so that if you are creating a profile, so hiring manager can see directly your profile from AR, and they can directly reach out to you. Or you can join any community like this Slack or anything from here, and you can directly ask your question or doubt from us, and we will be available, some of one will be available to solve your doubts if you are joining this. So you can create your profile, or if you go for on track, so you will get all these track, and you can find these recorded lecture. Okay, for example, if I talk about if you go to tree, so you will see that the this recorded lecture here, and you will see some question that you can practice, and right, so that you can solve some problem. Like you have, like here you have 7 okay, 10, 10, 12 problem on this, and then we have practice problem, some practice problem. So you can practice that, and you can solve some problem. And currently what we are doing, we are discussing this GP. So currently we are solving this min cost climbing stair problem that we are still discussing. And the another one is this house robber that we have already solved, right? So the then you can check this ransom query, and you can solve longest common subsequence. This kind of problem you can solve through DP. So yeah, you can get recording here. Okay, yeah, it is accessible for all. Like you can access directly. You can join through email or Google account, and you can create your profile, and you can access everything. And if you apart from this, if you want any doubt sessions and all, so what you can do, you can go to this tab, and here you can schedule your session. This schedule session would be paid. So if you are going to schedule this session, so you have to pay a particular amount to schedule a one-on-one session with the expert. So for example, if you want a session from me, so you can schedule from through this YN schedule with $30 per hour. You can schedule with Rahul and anyone. So you will see the amount here, and you can buy and schedule. If you for example, if you are preparing for an interview, and in a day or two you are going to face the interview, then you can schedule a session, and you can ask your queries from here. And if you are creating a profile, if you are updating your profile, resume, everything here, so what you will see, you will like hiring manager can directly see your profile from here, and they can directly contact you. Okay. So yeah, and if you want to know more about the paid courses, so you can connect with any one of us. So we also have some paid courses. These are the free track which we are like taking on every Saturday. So on every Saturday we will we are taking these DSA sessions, and the schedule is I'm following this schedule. So we have covered all these binary search, then stack, queue, linked list, hash table, array, tree, binary search tree, graph, heap, and today we are covering this dynamic programming. So the date is not same because in a particular occasion we miss a particular like weekend, so that's why we should be covering this in today's session, but we are 2 week like behind the schedule, so we are covering this dynamic programming. In the next Saturday we will cover this DFS, VFS, and then we will cover these things like after that. So yeah, you can get the schedule here, and you can get the all the track, all the question, all the recorded video here. Okay. So and if you want any so these mock coaching is not meaning that if you are going for a paid courses, then we will provide the support for your placement, like from like teaching you the concept and like so for example, if you are going for a DSA role or SD role, if you are going for engineering manager role, so we have different track for different like requirement, so you can enroll for any one of them, and you can like get hired the top product based companies. Okay, so let's come to the questions. Okay, any other question? The time of the session a few days before if possible. Okay, would there be a YouTube or Slack this channel for? Yeah, like we have this like here, if you go for community, you can join directly, or you can click on join now button with any one of them, and you can join our community. Okay, so yeah, I think let's come back. So here you can join anything, right? These are the free. Like these are not related to the this paid course or anything. You can directly join this. Okay, and you can access this recording and everything free of cost, right? As you can see, the current plan is free. But yeah, if you want a dedicated mentor for you to guide you till the till getting your dream job, then you have to enroll for a paid course. Okay, fine. So let's come to the whiteboard and let's solve that last problem, and then we can wrap up today's session. So where is the whiteboard? Okay, I have to share it again, I believe. Yeah, that is the whiteboard. So anyone want to like explain how we can solve this? Okay, so let me quickly solve this. So the first thing is this array. Okay, okay. So this dp of 0 would be a of 0, right? And dp of 1 would be a of 1, because here we don't need to find the maximum one, right? So that would be the two initial condition. Now for I equals to 2 to n, what we need to do, dp of I would be, what would be the formula? Anyone want to explain? So here, because we want a minimum cost, right? So we don't need a max. We can say math dot min, because we need a minimum amount we want to spend. So here, dp of this n minus 2 and dp of n minus dp of n minus 2 plus cost or cost of we can say a of I, that is the cost, and dp of n minus I n minus not n I minus 1. So you can see this is similar to the previous one, right, where we are using math.max and we are using the same concept, right? But the difference is here, for dp1 we are using the maximum one, but here we are simply using array of 0, array of 1, and here we are using min in place of max. And we also have one more difference: we should not return the n minus 1, we can return min of dp of n minus 1 and dp of n minus 2. So if you are here, then also you can jump to the top, or if you are here, then also you can jump to the top, because you can take 2 steps at once, right? So if you are here and this is the minimum value, then you should pick this one. If you are here and this is the minimum, so you have to pick minimum from these two. That's why we are returning minimum of these two. Okay. So yeah, I think that's it for today's session, and we will meet in the next session. If anyone have any doubts, then we can spend 1 or 2 minutes for solving your doubts. Anyone? Okay, I think then we can close the meeting. Okay, thanks. Bye bye.